Hello children, welcome to the video lectures of social science. Today we are going to study about chapter number 17, that is part of your economic section. The name of the chapter is Economic Problems and Challenges. In this particular chapter we will study about two main economic problems, that is poverty and unemployment. Now already we have studied two chapters of economics, so we know a little bit basic about what is economics. As I had already told you in the first lectures of economics, that economic is related to money, and economic problem means problems related to money. So the two main problems that can be arise due to the money are poverty and unemployment, and we are going to study about these two main problems into this video chapters. So let us start. Indian economy experiences many serious and complex economic and social problems. Now, as I told you, what is economic problems? Then problems related to money are termed as economic problems. At the same time, social problems. Now, what are social problems? Problems related to society, okay, are termed as social problems. Such as, what are the problems? Say they have termed it, so population growth, price rise, black money, poverty, unemployment, starvation, corruption, terrorism, etc. So these are some of the main problems. Let us understand each of them. Population growth, that is rise of the population, growing of the population. We know that India is the second most populated country in the world. Our population is almost 135 crore people. Okay, we are almost 135 crore people. Next is price rise. Price rise means rising of the price of essential commodities. Now price rise happens, right? But when you can affect, or when you can get affected by it, when the prices of the essential commodities start rising. Like suppose example, I mean, say the price of Mercedes Benz car goes by 5 lakh rupees, it won't affect the people of India. Why? Because all of them are not connected to Mercedes Benz, right? But say price of petrol rises just by 2 rupees, then there will be a chaos in the country. Price of onion say goes 5 rupees kg, then there will be problem. Why? Because that are the common thing that the people are using. So price rise is the rise into the prices of the essential commodity. Next is black money. Black money, now what black money means? The money on which the tax is not paid. Money on which the tax is not paid is termed as black money. Okay. Next, poverty. Okay, garibi. Poverty is garibi. Next, unemployment. Okay, unemployment means not getting employment is termed as unemployment. Right now, after this lockdown, unemployment is one of the major issues that the country is fighting with. Next is starvation. Starvation is not getting proper food to eat. In Gujarat, it is termed as bhukmaro. Okay, not getting proper food. Corruption, we know about this. Use of, in the definition of UN, it says that use of public position for private benefit is termed as corruption. Corruption means bhrashtachar. Next is terrorism. Terrorism means Atangwad. So these are some of the problems with which India is fighting right now. Okay. Among which economic problems, see now out of this, which are termed as economic problems, are poverty, unemployment, price rise, population increase are major problems. These are termed as major problems into economic section. Okay, if you see, then this economic problems will be poverty, unemployment, price rise, population increase. These are the major economic problems that our country is facing. Out of this, we shall study about poverty and unemployment. We are going to study mainly about two main problems, poverty and unemployment. So let us start. Poverty. Okay, a large number of people are deprived of satisfying their basic and essential requirements of life, such as food, clothes, shelter, education, and health services. Such a situation is known as comprehensive poverty. Now, whenever we use this particular term poverty, what comes into our mind is people with dirty clothes, people living in dirty houses, it don't have food to eat, right? They are surrounded with atmosphere which is not clean, right? They are dirty, and all this thing happens. Now, that is the main thing. Okay, now what is poverty? Then poverty is basically not getting proper basic requirements. See, here the term basic is very important. Basic, what are the basic needs of the people? What are the basic needs? Then food, clothing, and shelter is the basic need. Food to eat, clothes to wear, and have a house or shelter to stay in. So if you are unable to get this basic needs, then you are termed as poor or comprehensive poverty. See, and those people living in such kind of conditions are termed as poor. So those people who are living in condition where they are not able to satisfy their basic needs of food, clothing, and shelter are termed as poor people. Okay, so understood what is poor? Then poor is basically people who are not able to satisfy their basic and essential requirements like food, clothing, shelter, right, are termed as poor people. The next topic is people living below poverty line or BPL. Poverty is a qualitative concept. It is a qualitative concept. Okay. In India, poverty is viewed as lowest level of life. So who is considered poor? Those people who are at the bottom of the society system. Right? They are termed as at the end of the life. What are the common features? Now you can just imagine, just compare these features with a person you have seen around you who is considered a poor person. Okay, let's see. First, person who is not able to get 2 meals a day, say they are not able to get 2 square meals a day, 2 proper meals a day. Okay, right, that is the first thing. They won't be having proper food to eat. Second, suffering from problems of unavailability of dwelling. Dwelling means houses. They don't have a proper house to live. Right? Most of the time they are living in makeshift houses like tent or made house made of plastic, or they are living on footpath or something else. So they don't have a house, dwelling place, living place for them. Third, they are forced to live in shabby or slum areas. See, the area surrounding them is very shabby, very dirt, right? Gutters will be flowing around them, right? Filthy atmosphere will be them. And slum areas, they are usually living into slum areas. Okay, so you can see this all features are matching. This all features are matching with a poor person that comes to our mind. Their income is less than the determined expected income. Their income is very less than the determined income. Okay, there is a system with which every government decide that this much income or an expected income a person should earn, but their income is not even matching to it. So their income is very less than what the expected income is. Next is their lifespan, means life is less than the national average life expectancy rate. Okay, now what is life expectancy rate? In simple words, the average of the people, lives of the people, living people, right? Then right now the average is around about 62 to 64. Okay, so the average life of a poor person will be less than this. Next, generally they are illiterate. Most of the time they are illiterate. They are not studied. Why they are not studied? Because they are usually involved in such kind of activities that they don't get time to study, and they don't let their children to study, because they are usually involved in begging or doing work at different stalls, chai, and all other places, and that's why they are usually illiterate. So illiteracy is also one of the reasons for poverty. Very often they suffer from various diseases. They are usually suffering from various kind of disease. Now why they are suffering from it? Because they are not having proper medical facilities with them. They don't have money to treat themselves, they don't have money to buy medicines, and that's why they are usually suffering from various kind of diseases due to lack of nutritive foods, and they are malnutrited. Okay, and that's why they are suffering from a lot of disease also, as they are not getting proper food to eat. That's why also they are suffering from various diseases. Next, children who have taken up responsibility of looking after family at the age when they are supposed to study. See, children in the family, you might have seen, first of all they have a lot of children. Okay, and out of that, those who are of older age will be looking after the younger, while the father mother are usually involved in other activities of labor or something else, right? So at the time of age when they are supposed to actually go to school, they are looking after the family. So that is also one of the, again, feature of people below poverty line. Death rate is high. See, that death rate is high, okay, due to malnutrition, right? And this is the main features. You can say this can be asked as a question, right, about the features or common features about people be living below poverty line. Then this all can be termed as the answer of it. Okay, now we'll see about the efforts made by the government to improve living standard of the people. See what effort the government have made. Okay, government is constantly trying to see that these people come out of the poverty. So what kind of effort the government have done? Income of this people living below poverty line is very less in cities as well as in villages. Such families are called Anantyodaya families, or families living below poverty line. So their ration cards, if they are registered, then their ration cards are considered as BPL ration cards. Okay, you might check your ration card, they will be usually APL. APL stands for above poverty line. Okay, the you will be having a APL ration card, that means above poverty line, right? So this kind of ration card you will be having at your place, right? While these people are having a BPL ration card, that means below poverty line, and that's why they are termed as Anantyodaya families. Remember this term, Anantyodaya families, that means families who are having below poverty line cards. After finding out such kind of families, government have started public distribution system. It is known as PDS. Public distribution system means rationing, on the basis of rationing card. These shops are called fair price shops. Fair price shops are basically the ration shops around you which give grains and essential commodities at a very nominal rates. Every month they fulfill the requirements like rice, wheat, sugar, salt, oil, kerosene, etc. to such families. Such families, those people who are having a BPL card with them, they get these things from the government almost free or at a very nominal rate. It has tried to raise the living standard, and government is trying to raise the living standard. They are even provided with free medical facilities under various government schemes too. Concept of poverty was first propounded means was first introduced by director of who stands for WHO, who stands for World Health Organization. Okay, for calculating poverty line, certain factors are considered, which includes, okay, for how did you calculate that this person is below poverty line and this person is above poverty line? Then there are some of the factors that are um, required for calculating it, like, say, which includes expenditure on food. Okay, how much expenditure or expense is made on the food, clothing, accommodation, means how much expense is made on the basic requirements, education, health, clean drinking water, electricity, sanitation facilities, transportation facilities, right? So these are some of the factors on which they are calculated. And income as well as intake of the calories. Okay, intake of calories. Now how much intake is taken by the person? Now usually a person in villages take about 30 to 100 calories, right? A rural person takes about 30 to 100 calories, while a urban person requires about 2800 calories. Now why does a person living in city need less calories in comparison to person living in villages? Because the physical work done by a person living in villages is more in compared to the person living in city. Okay, and that's why the calorie intake is more. On the basis of these factors, a particular standard of living is fixed, which is known as poverty line. Okay, on calculation of all this, a demarcation or a level is made that those people who are earning a certain amount of money will be termed as above poverty line, and people who are not able to earn a certain amount of money is termed as below poverty line. The concept of poverty line changes according to time. This is important. The concept of poverty line changes according to time, location and circumstances. So it depends on which place, which time and location it is. It is not constant, it remains changing. We'll keep till the year into this particular video lecture.